The video fucked up. What are you gonna do? Out of nowhere, it just stopped. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Keyboard Warriors. My name is Nicholas Spread Kirby, presented to you by KStarPress.com. Been a minute since we've been on here. Shout out to everyone who tunes in tonight. I know Nick the Vanguard. Been a minute for we see Nick on this motherfucker, so that's cool. But hopefully everybody's doing good. Everyone's feeling good. Off a UFC 296 that, for the most part, delivered. Definitely the prelims. The main card was full of shit left and right, kind of crazy. You had a title fight. You had two title fights in the cage. You had one outside the cage. All kinds of craziness. Freaking Trump. All those cronies that go with him, and it was. Honestly, it's like if you're a UFC fan, it was probably like not the pinnacle, but it was like if you needed some sort of like thing to say that's UFC, that's MMA, last night was kind of it. So, anyway, it's been a minute. I know it's been like a month we've done a show. We've been super busy and stuff like that. So,
it's the holidays.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a holiday, stuff like that. Is what happens. Hope everyone's doing well. We are live on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. On Twitter. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. And as far as I can tell, we're live on Instagram. So, we're live everywhere now. So if you see us on Instagram, what up?
I was sorry to cut you off. I'll say I fuck with Elon, but bro, this X shit is not happening. Like nobody refers to it as X.
I don't
like X, man. Everybody still just calls it Twitter. Like I like how it's like we all know it's X, but nobody's actually going to refer to it as that. Like we're all just still going to just agree to fucking call it Twitter, whether he likes it or not.
No, he breaks shit left and right. I know it's not him directly, but under his leadership, since that's what we're talking about, he breaks shit left and right on Twitter constantly. So whenever I come, I'm like, come on, Elon. I'll tweet it out. I'll tweet at him. Like, come on, Elon, fix these bots, dude. I keep getting all these like random hoes that all look the same, trying to be like, look at my page. Like, no, I don't care, right? But there's always one or two pricks that'll fucking like reply to me and be like, yeah, you should be happy to be on Elon's fucking platform. And I look on their stupid ass bio. All those assholes have a stupid little, $ Tesla. Like, I have Tesla stock, bro. Fuck off.
Yo, and how much of a fucking loser do you got to be to get tricked by these bots who like dress up like fucking Russian broads or whatever? I know you losers exist because when I go to these fucking people's Twitter page or their Facebook, it tells me that you follow them, you fucking losers. She's not going to give you no pussy. She's fake. You are a loser. And if you're like, wow, this seems too good to be true, it is. Yeah. You're still a loser, and that hot broad doesn't exist, and nobody actually wants to give you no pussy because you suck. So stop following those fucking bots. It's never going to happen.
I almost feel bad for the people that fall for that shit. But again, who are we saving? Who are we fucking saving? So it is what it is. All right. Kicking off again, it was a bit of a recap show. What we're looking at right now is the Cage-Side Press Instagram. Make sure you follow us at Cage-Side Press on all social medias, of course, threads as well. But on Instagram, you guys look on here. Also on YouTube, you have all these videos on there. All these reels right here. You got Leon Edwards, Colby being Colby, Pantoja, Patty, Dana, all these things. But kicking off the main card, or not main card, kicking off the show tonight, Leon Edwards pulling off decision victory over Colby Covington. First question, did you expect that to happen? Because I feel like everybody thought Colby was going to come in and run through this dude, and it was the complete opposite.
Well, I wasn't getting that, to be fair. I wasn't getting that people thought that Colby was going to win the fight. I think most people thought that Leon was going to, at least from what I could see, what my gauge on the fight was. I think people thought that Leon would win the fight, but there was this real insecurity about fucking Colby's wrestling. I thought if you had a fucking gun to my head, I would have picked Leon based upon his fucking performances against Usman the last couple fights. I mean, you got to. We've seen Usman did to fucking Colby. I know MMA math don't work, but you're also sort of a fucking dick if you think it don't matter at all. We seen what Usman did to Colby, and we seen what Leon just did to Usman. So, and it wasn't even just a knockout. He sort of, I wouldn't say dominated, but he won the fourth fight or whatever the fuck it was, their last fight, very convincingly. So I would have leaned Leon, but I was worried about Colby's wrestling, which proved to not be a fucking issue at all. At this point, for me, I'm just stuck wondering, is Leon that fucking good? Or did Colby get old overnight? And by overnight, I mean the 2 years that it took him to get a fucking fight. Did Colby all of a sudden just get old right before our eyes and just get slow and old? Because he looked fucking weird. Is the cocksucker on fucking steroids? And all of a sudden he didn't get a cycle or something? Because Colby looked real fucking out of it. I guess you could say it was cage rust or ring rust or what have you. And I mean, I suppose I do believe in ring rust. He ain't fought in 2 years, so I ain't particularly mad at that idea. He definitely didn't look normal, though. He didn't look nowhere near as aggressive as he usually is. I don't know. Again, is Leon that fucking good, or did Colby just turn in a real fucking stinker of a performance? I don't really know. You're on mute too. You're muted, baby.
Appreciate you. I have no idea. I think it's a little bit of everything, dude. I think because Colby didn't look like himself. He sounded like himself, walked and talked like himself, maybe even more than normal. But once he got in the actual cage and started the fight, Leon put pressure on him, and he didn't know what to do about it. Because what Leon was trying to do is keep his back off the fence. Because if you watch any Colby Covington fight, what's the best time that he personally, and I know all wrestlers like this, but that he personally likes to take down guys down when they get their back on the fence. 100%. So Leon was like, I'm going to put pressure on you then. I'm going to make you shoot on me in the middle of the cage where I'm good at stopping takedowns. And it worked out for him. And then he got crazy, started wrestling, like shooting on him and going for chokes. Like Leon was trying to embarrass Colby as much as he could. Now, I think he could have pulled it off near the end of the fight till he got taken down and ended up on bottom and when at the end of the fifth round or whatever. But outside of that, dude, I think it was just like a good performance by Leon, and Colby just taking it back and not being able to handle it.
I'm gonna be honest with you here. Nobody gives a fuck about that performance.
Sure.
All due respect, nobody. You know what people give a fuck about? The fucking little bald, pale prick. What the little cocksucker with all the colorful tattoo? Josh Emmett. That's who fucking people care about this fucking morning. That there are going to be the fucking MMA snobs who are like, Leon's and listen, Leon is an incredible striker. Leon is a fucking, seems like an incredible guy, great man, good champion, but he is somewhat boring to watch fight. Now, listen, at the end of the day, if you're a Leon Edwards fan or a fucking Brit or whatever, tell me to go fuck myself. You're allowed to be a fan of whoever and whatever fucking fight style you want. But I am here to bring you the bad news that the fucking general public does not give a fuck about that. And I'll tell you this, Leon missed a very important fucking moment to make that statement. If he would have fucking finished Colby or laid Colby's face open and got on that goddamn mic and been like, you ever fucking talk about my dad again, I'll kill you, cocksucker. We wouldn't be able to stop talking about this. If after fucking Leon smashed Colby's face in, the ref had to pull him off, and then fucking Leon got away and ran back after Colby. Now listen, say all the horse shit you went, oh, Fred, that's so rude. We still talk about when Michael Bisping fucking spit at those pricks or his corner. I'm not saying you should go fucking start the brawl from Nashville, but I am saying shit like last night. Listen, he's the champion still, but if you want big money fights, if you want people to really sort of give a shit about your title reign or you as a fighter, everybody wants the Conor McGregor money, right? Like nobody wants to be Conor McGregor, but everybody wants that fucking payday. Well, guess what, shitbirds? You sort of have to do the other. As fucking shitty as Colby looked in this fight, and as reprehensible as all the shit that he said, or at least one of the things he said was leading up to it, the only reason it did any kind of numbers was because of him.
And you're completely correct on that. 100% true. After when Colby said the whole line about Leon's dad and everything, I think we all agree that was fucked up. Like that was pretty low, right? But it also wasn't unexpected from a guy like Colby. It's like he tries to pretend like he's doing the Chael Sonnen playlist, the playbook or whatever, and he just doesn't really know how to use it. Obviously, they're both from the same state, but and obviously they know each other. But I did complain about. I was kind of pissed about it too because I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" But after he said it, sleeping on it, whatever, and thinking about it the next day, I'm like, he's got to sell the fight. Leon ain't said shit. Well, he ain't done much.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. As far as that whole, and I wanted, obviously, we were gonna get into it or whatever.
Yeah.
But as far as that whole that comment from Colby goes, man, listen. Do I think it's in fucking bad taste? Of course. I'm not a fucking cunt. Do I think it's fucking okay to talk about somebody's fucking father who was murdered? Of course not. That being said, I hate to fucking sound like DW here, but it's the and listen, I'm going to make a slight fucking correlation here. I might not be using the right words that I'm blow, but I'm a big fan of battle rap, right? And in battle rap, they will literally go after anything.
Oh, that's
Like
why it's
if
so
you
good.
got a fucking kid that's dead, they might just go after that kid. And part of that is for the wow factor.
Yeah.
Part of that is to throw you off your game. Part of that is to make you punch me. Because if I say something that makes you punch me, you lose said battle. So this is actually a tactic for the fight.
Right.
They are not about to go play Parcheesi. Again, do I think it was fucking cute? No.
Yeah.
Do I have a problem with him saying it? Not at all. And you know why? Because Leon gets to smash him in the fucking face for it 24 hours fucking later. So,
yeah.
No. Would I recommend him doing it? No. But when you get up there, I mean, we all need to fucking really understand this. Again, I'm not saying we need to make everything a bare knuckle brawl and that we should just throw all decency out the window. But stop fucking acting like you're in a suit watching a polo fucking fight. These pricks are going to fight in their panties tomorrow night. And if they're fucking about any fucking salt, they're going to try to rip each other apart. So let's all just be very cognizant of these motherfuckers are not going and playing a stick and ball sport. I am of the opinion that as much as we like to say this is a sport, it's not. There's a reason we call it combat sports. Right. They play with stick and balls. We knock the shit out of each other over here. It's different. You want to talk about my fucking kids? All right. You know we're fighting tomorrow, right? And
you get to see me
fighting you, I get to fucking inflict as much pain. Let me tell you something. If I catch that armbar, Herb's only gonna be able to pull so hard, motherfucker. So keep talking about my kid. You see how fucking Habib did counter? Like, keep fucking going with the motherfucker. You got to see me in 24 hours. So again, let me reiterate for any dicks that are watching this like that. It's not okay, but I didn't have a problem with it. Like this is the fight game, baby. And to your point, it's fucking Kobe. Of course, he said some dumbass shit like that. Yeah. Like, careful what you wish for though, because you also got your ass whooped, Kobe.
Oh yeah, now it just he looks all kinds of bad on that. No, it reminds me of a Chris Rock bit. I'm not gonna do the whole bit, but basically at his point, he goes, like a guy, talking about the OJ, murdering his wife allegedly, probably, and all that. And he goes, I'm not saying he should have killed her, but I understand. I'm not saying Kobe should have said that shit, but I understand. I get I get why he said it, and he's one of those guys that's just willing to do it. And then, cover up at the steakhouse later that night, hoping whoever he said it to don't show up to smack him in the mouth and he has to call the cops. So, it's kind of like that.
I feel like if you want to be decent, you want to take a martial arts, Bushido,
do it.
Yuri Pakryak sort of idea, go for it. But if you come across the scumbag who decides to talk shit about your wife or your kids or your parents, you know, I don't know, taking it stride. You can't. What are you gonna be like? This is fucking disrespectful. What are we gonna lay talk about my wife? Yeah, I'm talking. I mean, to be fair, if I was there now, I don't know if I'd say something about your dad, but like, I don't know. If I was 25, prime my life, fighting for a belt, hey man, fuck your wife and her muscular dystrophy. I don't give a fuck. Like, I suppose after this we'll be friends, but like, oh my god, that's rude. Suck my dick. The fuck? I don't give a fuck what y'all think, man. We ain't going out there and playing polo. Fuck his daddy. Like, all due respect. Like, at the end of the day, like, what y'all want me to be politically correct for him? Fuck him. We're about to fight. Save that political correctness shit for Sunday morning. For now, him and his whole fucking family can suck my dick.
Hey, Kobe lean on that shit for real. 25. God damn it, Fred. Speaking on that note, if Grandma Habib is watching, appreciate you tuning in, saying what's up. But all that reminded me of when I ran into her at Bellator 300, and she recognized you. Yeah, you guys cuss a lot. That's what Grandma Habib knows us for, bro. She don't know us for anything else. If you don't know Grandma Habib, look her up on Instagram. A lot of people know her. She's got a big following and all that. But yeah, I ran into her in San Diego. I literally shout out to Gabriel Gonzalez, who was there at 296 for us for K-Side Press, but he was also at Bellator 300. And I had just walked away from him because he was doing an interview with one of the ring girls. And I walk out towards like the lobby with Cade Morehouse from K-Side Press. And this grandma Habib, she fucking like goes, "Hey, I know you." And I'm like, "I don't know, you're not talking to me." Like, come on now. And she's like, she goes, "Yeah, you guys cuss a lot, and I show you talk a lot of shit." I'm like, "God damn, like, damn, grandma, what the? All right, cool. Hey, I'm, and I was like, hey, like, it's all good." She's like, "Does your mom know that? Does your mom know what you do?" And I go, "She knows what I do. I never let her watch because I'd get, bar of soap and a check got thrown at me after that shit." So.
Yeah, well, God love you, Grandma Habib, but my mom's a hooer, so she can kiss my ass if she's watching this.
God damn. All right. Shout out to everyone. Yeah, shout out to everyone tuning in. If you want to leave a comment, oh Jesus, freaking little. Anyway, if you want to leave a comment, hop on the YouTube because I don't think we can see Instagram comments on StreamYard, and I don't think we can see Twitter comments on Stream. I don't remember. But anyway, let's get some comments here. Shout out to Nick. Like I said earlier, ain't caught y'all live in a minute. What's up, dude? Raider, it was shitty, but I'm still glad we don't have to censor these guys much.
Well, there you go. I mean, same, man, same. It was definitely a fucking cunt move. Let's all agree on that. But let's also all agree, that we're all a bunch of fucking cunts. Don't get your pussy too hurt about it. Let the motherfuckers fight.
Hey, man, we've only been, the UFC has only been around for 30 years, and they used to be out in Dothan, Alabama. Okay, we're not. Like these, but the UFC tapes, dude, the UFC pay-per-views used to be behind the section at the video store, behind the curtain next to the porn.
And listen, let's keep it a real bean here. And I didn't want to lead with this because I don't want to make it seem like I'm taking up for Colby, because at the end of the day, fuck Colby and his ass. But let's not make it seem this was not the worst thing that's ever been uttered. Okay, boxing, the people have said fucking horrible things about all kinds of dead relatives and people and kids and the whole most of it. So this was a cunt move, but let's all be very clear. This was not like way worse things have been uttered than what Colby said to Leon. What the fuck? It wasn't great, but there's been a lot worse shit said in boxing and MMA in the past.
100%. Santiago says it was a bad taste, but probably did Edwards more money. Looking ridiculous, by the way. Yeah, exactly. It was a great presser. Haven't had one that good in a while. I watched some of it, not all of it, because I'm kind of. It depends on the trash talk, and if it gets like Colby style trash talk, I'm all good on that. I'm cool. I'll catch the highlights later, but I didn't actually watch it. And I missed the other one, but let's just get into that real quick. Because if you didn't know, there were 2 title fights in the cage and one outside of it. Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis got into it. Dude, like literally, I don't know if you during the broadcast you saw where the camera went to Sean or to Dricus, and then zooms out or pulls back, and it's Sean. They're sitting next to each other, like one in the front, one behind them. Okay, I don't know what Dricus said to Sean. But all the videos of the angles, including the UFC's own footage, comes out, and you see Sean telling Gilbert Burns' kid and wife to like move to the side, and then he jumps on Dricus. Your thoughts on that? Just the actual thing that happened itself.
Brilliant. I hate Sean Strickland too.
Yeah.
He's a mouthy twat that bugs the shit out of me. But I gotta say, Leon Edwards should take a big fucking page out of Sean Strickland's book. Who comes across, for me at least, I'm sure a lot of people, whatever. For me, that worked. That built the fight. And I'm gonna tell you something. Maybe I'm a sucker for this fucking sort of thing. The fact that he turned around and tenderly asked fucking Gilbert Burns and his children to move for it. Hey, can y'all move for a minute, please? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And then the fact that he did that and then jumped, I fucking love that shit. That is a story. It makes Sean seem fucking human. It makes him seem kind of badass. It makes him seem like a fucking crazy rebel. It hypes the fight. To be fair, du Plessis plays the game well too. He fucking started firing off shots. He's shooting his mouth off and tweeting back. Nobody got really hurt too bad. For all of me, that's how it's done. Now, again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm like, oh yeah, we should just start brawls all the time. But listen, if it can go like this and nobody gets hurt and the kids don't get stepped on the way to the bullshit and the crowd doesn't get sucked into it, a la fucking Ron Artest in '98 or whatever the fuck it was,
right?
Then cool. This built the fight. Maybe some people like Sean Strickland for this sort of crazy shit. Maybe some people think he's a cunt, but you know what? They're not fucking indifferent.
Right.
Like, again, I hate to keep fucking selling Leon under the table, man. He had a great performance, but it just sort of sucks that he did have such a big performance and nobody's really going to care. You know what the most important part about Leon Edwards' next title fight is? Who his opponent is.
Sure.
And that's not good for fucking Leon. Because that means it doesn't really matter.
It's not about him.
Leon. It's if it's Hamzat, then fucking great. If it's fuck, I don't know who the fuck else would be there. If it's some fucking hyped opponent, then he's in good shape. If it's not, if it's the next guy in line, if it's fucking whoever the fuck, he's not going to draw on his own. That's not a good fucking thing. Sean Strickland, to fucking circle back around to the Sean Strickland thing, all things being equal, that went pretty well. That was not a bad thing for their fucking fight in February or whatever the fuck it was.
No, people were like, I was joking around. I was like, you think Drake is pressed his charges and everything? People were like, I can't believe that happened. He's a champion. Sean's a piece of shit. And I'm like, bro, who do you think sat him there? Now, the answer came out later, but everyone already knows who handles those seating assignments. I don't know. It's not a surprise. Dana White. He handles the seating assignments, right? You don't think Dana knew that was a possibility?
Well, he put him there. Yeah. I mean, he did say, to his credit, he did say in hindsight, like,
he fucked up.
Full credit. He was like, I'm a fucking moron. He's like,
yeah.
He was starting pretty clever. He's like, what kind of moron? 62 guys beside each other. This guy. Right? Fucking here. I put those two guys right fucking by each other. And in hindsight, that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, but the second it happened, they're like, yeah, we got the footage. We'll show it to you guys afterwards. First of all, the second it happened, because it happened like literally seconds after the UFC's camera was on there, I was like, man, I can't wait for that countdown show. That countdown show is going to be fire when they put that shit in.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and it is a good fight, but it's not exactly a great fight in and of itself. I mean, Duplessis got the big win over Robert Whittaker. Sean Strickland obviously just pulled the impossible against Israel Adesanya, but it's not like one of these people are Israel Adesanya or fucking Poatan. Like, they're sort of two unlikely characters, but now they've built a really fucking hype middleweight fucking title fight. You got to fucking hand to him. And mostly because of fucking Sean Strickland. I got to hate this fucking guy. I mean, all things being equal, I'm pretty fucking hyped to watch him fight.
Yeah. Drake did take a page out of, now that I remember, he did take a page out of Colby's playbook by talking about, I'm going to beat you like your daddy did or something like that. I'm going to beat you like your dad did to Sean.
Yeah.
And then, did O'Malley get on that too? I'm like, bitch, who the hell's talking to you, dog? You're like 50 pounds too light for this shit. Shut up. Like, it made me laugh so hard. Oh, man. Anyway, but yeah, dude, you brought up a good point I hadn't thought about bringing up when we were talking about Leon. Because it is about who he's fighting, not really about him. Now, the fights in the UK, about him. Now, that's just for live, right? For live and for the UK pay-per-view audience. But as far as like overall, you're 100% spot on.
Then I'm fucking stoned off.
So
my
there's
tits half the time.
two names.
Who is? Okay, yeah, throw it. Is it Bilal?
Two names right now. Two names right now. The first one is Bilal Muhammad, and the other name he fought last night, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see the problem now. The obvious answer, Bilal deserves it. But the obvious answer, again, you fucking pricks. Well, I give it to Bilal. He has been race baiting a little bit. I see you, Bilal. You got to do a little something. I can dig it.
Yeah.
But you're going to need, listen, you're going to need to do more than that. You're going to have to show up in, where's Kobe live? Fucking some really white place in fucking Oregon or something. You got to show up there with a bunch of brown people wearing turbans and shit. You got to fucking turn up. The fucking heat, Bilal. You gotta turn up the heat because right now you're looking kind of funny in the light. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to see you get the fight. You deserve it like a motherfucker. 100%. But Shavkat, however you pronounce that boy's name, Shavkat Rakhmonov, didn't he fucking marry the one broad too? I didn't even know they was banging. Laura Senko?
No.
Am I tripping about that?
Laura Senko's married.
Am I joking? Was that a fucking Twitter fucking joke? I could have sworn that
I
said
think it was a
Laura
Twitter
Singer got
joke. They're
married to
not.
fucking. Oh, for
They're
fuck's
not.
sakes! I bought it. Jesus fucking Christ! I don't want to swear nothing off. All right. Well, either way, that fucking prick deserves the fight.
Yeah.
Now, I think his fucking. Listen. Wonder Boy had Jack fucking Black in his corner. Let's be real fucking clear about what. First off, I don't know what universe we're in anymore. I don't know what's happening. I'm pretty sure when they did that hydro fucking whatever the fuck about 7 to 8 years ago, it fucked everything up. And I think we're in like an alternate reality now. Or something. I don't know what's going on. David Goggins is fucking in his fucking in Tony Ferguson's corner doing whatever the fuck it is David Goggins does. And to be fair, that third round, he got me a little juiced up, just a little bit. But after the fight, it's like, what the fuck? What are we doing? It's one of those deals when you masturbate into very disgusting porn. And at the time, it's extremely hot. But right after you come, you're like, what the fucking fuck?
Yeah, you don't feel good about that.
Jesus Christ almighty. While it's happening, it's like, well, maybe fucking David Goggins will coach him to a miracle. But then afterwards, and Tony loses, and nothing really ever gets coached or nothing. You're like, what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck was Hell Week and all this running? Tony's never really had a problem with his cardio anyways. Are we out of our fucking mind? And then fucking Wonder Boy walks out with Tenacious D. Anyways, fucking Shavkat Rachmanov should get the fucking fight. And due to the little bit of hype surrounding, for us hardcore cunts, the little bit of hype surrounding the fact that Shavkat is fucking undefeated and he's finished everybody and so on and so forth. He's, got the broken English. He's from Kazakhstan. He's fucking scary. He wears the hat. So, but still, that's how do I put this? How do I put this mildly? That's a shit pay-per-view. That's like, woo, we're getting into some misogynistic areas now, buddy. But that's like one of those fucking women pay-per-views that the UFC conveniently makes a co-main to a bigger one, and they do it like we all don't know that fucking broad pay-per-view needs, like, it wouldn't be able to fucking host one on its own. Leon versus fucking Shavkat is cute, but it almost needs to be a co-main to a real fucking pay-per-view because it's just not going to, unless it's in England.
Look, I'll say this. First of all, if it's Shavkat, it's got to be in the UK. If it's Bilal, you got to throw that motherfucker on UFC 300. You have to. You can't fucking.
Oh yeah, like that's gotta be buried in there.
You got to bury it, because you got to have it. You guys are pay-per-view, yeah, whatever. But you got to make it happen. So, that's just so fucking funny.
The thing that sucks about that too, man, is Bilal versus Leon Edwards is a good fight. Those are very, very good fighters. It's sort of like a super group, though, right? Like, because that fight will suck.
Oh yeah,
that fight will suck. If Bilal and Leon fight in a cage, it will assuredly suck. It will be a worse fight than what Colby and fucking Leon did last night. My opinion. Maybe it comes out and it's fucking, whatever. Fucking Chuck versus Vanderlei 2. In my opinion, for all we've seen on paper, that will probably be a very methodical but very fucking boring fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's just a real fucking problem with that. There's an issue with the fact that they're at the very peak of the division, but they're fucking boring. Yeah. Like, I don't think I'm fucking being a cunt here by saying Bilal Muhammad, like he deserves the shot, but we're even debating giving Shavkat the shot because Bilal, it's again, very good fighter, but just sort of boring in the same vein as Leon. The head kick with Usman notwithstanding, they're just not the most exciting fucking fighters to watch, man.
I'll tell you right now, had Leon done that to Colby in the first, second round, whatever, or even anytime in the fifth round, we'd be more excited about watching Leon fight whoever. But you're right. You're right. It's not that much, like he's not super exciting fighter and all that. So I'm with you. I think I'd rather have Shavkat in there, maybe somebody else. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. There's plenty of time before that any fights like that get announced. Couple other fights to talk about on this one. Patty Pimblett beats Tony Ferguson. Did you put any stock in that? Because there was a lot of talk beforehand saying like, and Patty said it himself. It's like, dude, if I beat him, I beat a guy like, I don't want to say washed up, but a washed up dude that's on his way out. And if I lose to him, I lost to a guy that's on his way out.
Yeah. Fucking sky's blue and my hog is big. Yeah. Tell me some other shit I don't know. Yes, of course. Fucking Tony Ferguson's 183 years old. He's fucking 6 years ago. He thought there were voices in the fucking walls. He's training with David Goggins. I mean, I don't want to completely take this win away from Patty, but if we're being real fucking honest about it, I mean, if after you beat somebody, their next stop is retirement or fucking bare knuckle, I mean, not to be a cunt, but you should a win's a win. You know, Patty's fucking sitting somewhere sipping a Guinness, eating some pizza, looking at fucking, a couple $100,000 in his bank account or whatever. So, but as far as, do I look at that fight and I'm like, oh shit, I think, these are 55ers, right? So yeah. Do I look at that fight and I'm like, oh, Islam and all those guys better? No, quite frankly, listen, it was a lose-lose. My opinion after this fight is Patty's days are numbered. I feel like at this point in Tony's career, again, David Goggins' fucking treatment notwithstanding, Patty should have. If Patty wants me to believe he has a chance at competing with the Islams of the world, he needed to cut through this version of Tony like a hot knife through butter, and that he did not do. I don't know if Patty could handle fucking Taporia, let alone fucking Justin Gaethje or fucking Dustin Poirier. I mean, I think Dustin Poirier beats the ever-loving dog shit out of Patty Pimblett.
Yeah.
I like Patty, all things fucking being equal. He seems like a good kid. He's just out here doing his thing. I'm being a bit of a cunt, but based upon that performance, if 55 is a fucking Shark Tank, man, you throw him in with one of those pricks in the top 5. I do not like Patty's chances. Just all bullshit aside, I don't like his chances against the top 5 based upon that winning performance last night.
I feel like he knows that. Like his attitude this whole week was kind of like, I'm just here to fight, just to have a fight. I almost feel like he knows that. Like he knows, like in the top, faces the top 5 guys in trouble. But
maybe
I guess we'll see what they give him. I think they'll give him someone in the top, top 8, top 7, and he might get his ass. We'll see.
You know who they better not give him?
Who?
put him back on the fucking screen, goddammit. Put that ugly white, that cocksucker right there. That's who they better not give him. That's what, with Patty Pimblett's fight. If they give him that dude, Patty Pimblett will die. Patty Pimblett will be in heaven with that horrible Welsh accent or wherever the fuck he is from, talking to St. Peter, trying to barter his way in to get his funny ass some beans and toast. Because if he fights a big striker at 55, he gets hit too much. Like, that's all jokes aside. Patty Pimblett gets hit a little too much for my liking at 55. If he fights somebody like Josh Emmett, I feel like that. Matter of fact, to be honest, that ain't the worst fight to make.
I mean, Josh is a 45er. So
is he?
Oh yeah, he's a featherweight.
I'm tripping.
Oh, it's all good, dude. No, but like, but you're right.
Oh, I still
Josh goes up to 55 and they fight.
Yeah. I'm wrong. I still think fucking Josh Emmett would sleep Patty Pimblett if they fought fuck weight divisions. Patty better. Okay, whatever. Patty might get the takedown early, and if he did that, it's one thing. But if fucking Josh Emmett touches Patty Pimblett, it is fucking good night, sweetheart. It's time to go.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Speaking of this fucking fight right here,
fucking terrifying. That was terrifying.
Dude, that was insane because Bryce Mitchell drops to the ground and starts convulsing.
Bro,
having like a seat, whatever, and these motherfuckers put the camera right on him and show him for like 10. I'm like, what the fuck y'all doing? Bro, get him off the screen.
You are one of the few people I know that have seen as many fights, if not more, than me. How many times have you seen a fucking guy convulse like that after a punch knockout? I haven't seen many at all. I can think of a couple fucking Pride fucking soccer kick knockouts where they got to fucking doing the fucking shake and bake. Not a lot of punch knockouts that I can think of where they fucking convulsed. Now, there's definitely some I'm sure that I'm not thinking of, but like that was bad, man. That was real bad.
That was scary as shit, dude. For real, for real. Santiago says that was scary. Yeah. Oh, appreciate you, Santiago. He's always making me smile. So I love this podcast. Appreciate you, dude.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
But he said that was scary. That was
it. Yeah,
definitely
dude,
fucking terrifying.
it
Like
was.
when he dropped, started convulsing, I was just like, just don't fucking die, dude. Like, please don't fucking die in here. And I haven't checked on him at all, but supposedly he got released from the hospital before the pay-per-view was even over. So, according to Dana. But yeah, that was scary shit. What else we got on this card? Let's see. And Alonzo Menifield won. This fight was insane. He did that Donna Cara Hosa. That shit fight of the night. Woo!
I seen that. What fucking just brutality. Jesus Christ.
Dude, Irene got the shit kicked out of her leg. She didn't give a fuck. She's like, I'm walking forward. I don't give a shit. You got to chop his damn leg off. It almost happened too.
And I feel like such a fucking negative Nancy, but I do feel like we need one of them to start an OnlyFans or to like beat a hoe up in a nightclub. We need some fucking drama from women's MMA. I mean, honestly, women's MMA has been lacking so much since fucking Ronda bit the dust. That was an incredible performance from both of those fucking women in that cage. But I would really, honestly, all joking aside, like to see one of them like capitalize and build off of that, man. Because like honestly, the in-cage performances only go so far. And then you like need something else to fucking generate that real public appeal, man. As shitty as it sounds, you sort of gotta sell that shit, man. And some people just, it is what it is. They're not willing to sort of play that game. But women's MMA needs it bad, dude. Who the fuck is fighting for the vacant 35-pound belt?
Mayra Bueno Silva and Rocky Pennington. 297, Toronto.
Shout out to them, but woof. Woof, that's a fight. We gotta get some real fucking. We gotta get some shit going in women's MMA, boys.
Dude, who did Aldana fight for the title? Was it she was the last one to fight Nunes, right?
Nunes.
I think if Irene gets in there with either Rocky or Bueno Silva, I think Aldana wins that fight. But
I think she does too. But we need some fucking smoke from somebody, man. I wish fucking Paige could have fought.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? The funny thing about it is that as much people want to shit on Ronda Rousey, she brought that shit to the women's MMA.
Absolutely. Love her or hate her. Like I have not.
She brought that
real
shit.
Talk, bro. Real talk. I've never been more excited for a women's fight than Ronda's fights at her peak. Now, a lot of it did have to do with her like armbar and everybody in the first round, but she had that combination. She had the in-ring shit, and out of the cage, she was charismatic. She was mouthy. She looked like such a fucking cunt walk into that cage, but it worked. Hell, even fucking Joanna Champion with that nasty little fucking scowl she would do. It eventually fucking grew on you. I mean, women's MMA sort of has none of that right now, man. It's so lacking in fucking personality right now. I know I sound like a real fucking cunt just bitching.
But you're not wrong.
I'm saying.
But you're not wrong, right? You need a Rousey or you need a Nunes. You need someone that can talk their ass off, be charismatic, and draw a crowd and all that. Or you need someone that's so scary to fight that you don't even care what she says. You just want to see her knock somebody out.
And even then, I feel like Nunes could have been 10 times the star she was if she could have sort of found that other level, because she had all the in cage in the world. And to be fair, God love her, she couldn't sell a pay-per-view to save her life either.
That's the thing is this. So that's why I wish Cyborg hadn't left the UFC, so we could have gotten that rematch, because that rematch
was sort of the one.
That would have been the one. That would have been Nunes' biggest fight ever, the rematch, because it's like, all right, can you do it again? Because Cyborg's going to come in and try to kill you, because we know what Cyborg does.
I think that's actually a really good point, man. I think there's something to that. I think that your opponents are extremely important for your 100%. Legacy as a champion. Like Leon right now, just harkening back to him, he needs to find the right opponent. Colby was cool, but that didn't work. Usman was great. What he needs now is a rival to really build. Since he's just laid back and he does his thing, that's cool. Then what he needs to do is pick a cunt, pick a fucking rival. Pick somebody that's like, I would. You know what I would do if I was Colby? Or Colby, I'm tripping. If I was Leon, I'd be trying to motherfucking get Hamzat back. I'd be calling his name. Bring your bitch ass back down here, homie. Don't run away from 170. You can make 170. Stop being a bitch. I mean, because that's what he needs. He needs a rival. If he would have got Hamzat say, fuck you, motherfucker. I'll come back and take that time from you. All of a sudden, we're cooking with bacon grease. And if you knock out Hamzat or even just beat the motherfucker, we're heading in the right direction. But he needs to do some shit like that. He needs a good rival.
Gotcha. Oh shit, Roberto Villa, what's up, bro? Yeah, dude. So here's the thing. So a lot of people are gonna, when you say that he needs to pick a rival, everyone's gonna be like, oh, we only got 15-minute shit. But Shavkat, no, you need a rival that can fight and talk and sell and show up to the presser.
Yep.
Hamzat Chimaev is the guy. Hamzat is the guy. Leon, get on Instagram, bro. Get on Twitter. Get on whatever you want to, and be like, Hamzat, fat boy. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know you want this 170 smoke. Come on. Get on the treadmill, lose those pounds, fat boy. Let's go. And just poke. Sure. Hey, are you gonna get a pissed off ass? Where's he from? Chechnya. Dude from Chechnya. Are you gonna get pissed as shit?
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what
100%. But your fight will be that much bigger.
And honestly, I think at this point, as crazy as it is, with everybody wanting to sort of be the double champ, I think goading Hamzat into coming back and beating him would mean more than him moving up and beating Strickland at this point.
Oh, sure.
Like, I think it's because it's all about like who you beat. Right now, fucking John Jones is the $1 million cake. Even if he's old, if you beat John, forget about whoever the fuck does beat John, even though at this point it should barely count because John's fucking 109 years old. But it's one of those deals. Even Hamzat still has that little thing right now. Whoever the first person to beat Hamzat is, they're going to get some real fucking heat from that fucking win. They're going to get some real fucking traction from that win. So that's what Leon needs to be looking for, those type cocksuckers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, 100%. You're 100% right. Now, this is where you almost wish that Conor would be, would be crazy enough to be like, I'll fight Leon at 170. He would say that. Whether he would do it or not, get that fight, who knows?
I think he'd fight fucking Leon at 170 a month, but he's not. He shouldn't be. Though.
He shouldn't.
Like, but you know what though? It's crazy that we live in a world in which like Conor is still probably maybe 2 fights away from that happening.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, if Conor can get in the cage with Michael Chandler, and because one thing I do like about MMA, bro. Yeah. Every fight is sort of like the Super Bowl. Yeah. Like, especially once you're at Conor's level or you're a champion. Like, even Leon, as shit as it is right now, if he gets a big fight with Shavkat and he comes out and just fucking starches Shavkat when nobody else has, we're one big performance away from being like, oh, shit, we all better watch out for Leon now. That boy ain't playing with y'all no more. Fucking Conor comes out and looks old and puts a Jose Aldo on Michael Chandler, and I'll fucking bet your ass they do everything they can to get him in that title fight. And at that point, I would assume Islam does exactly what Khabib does. But again, we've done this a lot of this podcast. Let's just live in a world for which one moment Conor actually gets lucky and he lands the 1 in a billion punch and down goes Islam. We are 2 fights away from fucking Conor fighting for the belt at 170 against Leon, which actually is a decent style matchup for Conor. A decent if Conor had like I think Hamzat, horrible matchup for fucking Conor. Submitted probably within the first 3-4 minutes of that fight. Leon, I mean, listen, Nate stole on Leon late in their fight. And we see what Conor did to Nate. to say there's a world in which Conor couldn't fucking sting Leon, let's not get crazy. Now, again, I don't know if he beats Chandler at this point. I sure as fuck don't think he starts as Islam. But Islam has been knocked out before. And Chandler's hittable.
There you go. Roberto says, who knows when John comes back? Maybe in 2090. Although he didn't say it, but Cody Gibson, who's his one of his striking coaches, if not his striking coach, did say that he thinks that fight will happen. Him and Aspinall will get to it at some point. I don't believe it, but you never know with John Jones. But that'd be a great fight. That'd be a better fight than him and Stipe. I don't want to see him and Stipe.
I agree. And honestly, bro, at this point for me, being a John Jones fan, I'd like to see him fight Aspinall and be done. All due respect to Stipe, fuck Stipe. Like, because Aspinall, we can all sort of agree Aspinall does seem to be the genuine art around,
Sure.
beat this young kid. Because really, there's, I guess John was pretty old too, but I feel, and definitely not quite like Patty Tony, but I feel like the
Right.
Stipe fight, like if John does come out and whoop on Stipe, we're all just going to be like, well, that's not the best heavyweight of all time. That's Stipe Miocic, and he's 42 years old. Did you see Stipe walking into the last pay per view like the fucking Grinch that stole your asshole? That motherfucker could barely move.
Yeah,
He
that was
looked
bad.
fucking like
That was
he was
bad.
all that could have just been a rough 30 seconds, but if John comes out and beats the shit out of Stipe, I'm sure it's fucking gonna blame it on the fact that Stipe's, definitely past his
Well,
fucking prime to say the very
he
fucking least.
he absolutely will beat the shit out of Stipe. Like, it's not even a question. That's gonna happen. Stipe's got no shot. Look, get mad if you want to people, but Stipe has literally zero shot. He's coming in to get his ass whooped for a fat check, which I totally respect, and then go off in the sunset. So good for him.
Well, here's the thing, right? Realistically speaking, Stipe has a
Yeah.
shot, but he has the same shot that every heavyweight has. He has a puncher's chance. Is Stipe going to come in and dominate John, out wrestling, out jab, out strike? I mean, look, again, anything's possible. We just seen Sean Strickland do it to Adesanya. But right, we all highly doubt. Maybe he clips John, but he's not going to outfight John at this point. It's not going to happen. Could Tom Aspinall? Yeah, he absolutely could. Matter of fact, dare I say, if they made that fight, Tom Aspinall might very well be the favorite in that fight.
That'd be nuts.
Now that's how you build a John Jones fight. And also, to be fair to Tom, it's also how you get an extremely dangerous John Jones.
Pissed off John Jones.
Real talk. In a weird way, I think Stipe has a better chance at beating John.
Yeah.
Because I think John knows, all right, if I don't make a horrible mistake, I'm going to fuck Stipe up. I'm going to fuck Stipe up. They just gave me the little young French gun. I know he can't wrestle, but boy, I manhandled that little boy. I'm going to fuck fucking Stipe up.
Yeah.
If they give him Tom Aspinall, John's a very, very smart fighter. John's going to be like, oh, okay. I got to get in my bag. I got to take this kid super seriously. This is for all the marbles, all the legacy. Everybody's saying this kid's going to beat me. He's the new thing. He can do everything I can do, but better. Boom, boom, boom. That's going to get you a very, 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 very dangerous, focused John Jones. And quite frankly, even at this point in the game, Tom Aspinall included, I don't think nobody wants that smoke. I don't think nobody wants no smoke with a very focused fucking John Jones, even if it is his last fight.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, Tom.
John versus Aspinall, main, and McGregor to be determined co-main. I don't know if you'll get it. You'll get
because I don't know if McGregor. Yeah, I don't know if McGregor
over John
to anybody at this fucking point.
Yeah,
but if you could swing it, that'd be fucking that would be the biggest fucking fight card that you can put on in MMA right now.
Kairos chiming in. What's up, brother? I feel like Aspinall isn't as good as people are acting. I don't think he could beat Cyril or Curtis Blades, Cyril Gane and Curtis Blades in a rematch. But I'm a hater. Look, I think
the Cyril. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Just real quick. Tom Aspinall is just a new guy, someone to throw new that John hasn't fought before. I think that's more the excitement than anything. But he does move like he's a heavyweight that moves like a middleweight and all the talking points everyone throws out and everything. But I just think we just want to see a fresh face in there. Now I know John hasn't fought what's his name, Curtis Blades and a couple other guys, but we've seen what Curtis Blades can do, right? At like the extremes. I think the excitement is to see Tom Aspinall make it happen. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
The Cyril Gane fight's interesting. I think Curtis Blades gets whooped on by Tom Aspinall. But I think the Cyril Gane fight will be interesting. But look, if they stick with fucking John and Stipe and they don't give a fuck what Joe Public thinks and they force that fight down our throat, then absolutely I think Aspinall and Cyril Gane is the fight that should happen. And I think we'll learn a fuck ton about Aspinall in that fight. But if it's Aspinall Stipe, all due respect to Stipe, go fuck off back to Cleveland and fix some fires or some shit. Nobody wants to really see that. I mean, what sort of asshole? Like, I mean, again, maybe I am just on an island, and maybe the fucking the casual fan really do be out here wanting fucking Stipe versus John. But I feel like if I asked any fucking self-respecting fight fan, like you get your druthers. Do you want John Jones versus Tom Aspinall in 4 or 5 months, or do you want John versus Stipe? All things being equal, who the fuck's picking John versus Stipe? Like, what sort of cunts like we all know that's just like the legacy fight, and yeah, Stipe
Yeah.
could get lucky, but like if we could have Tom Aspinall versus John Jones, who
Yeah.
the fuck would pick Stipe instead? What would be your fucking reasoning for that? I mean,
There you
John's
go.
fucking John. You know what I mean? All due respect to Stipe, John's John.
Yeah.
Somebody fucking find Francis, but Stipe lost the belt. Like, we can't just act like he didn't get slept by Francis, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
He's the greatest of all time. Man, I don't give a fuck. He also
Yep.
got fucking curtain rotted, fucking, and at this point, from 4 years ago. You seen how Kobe looked tonight? You see how fucking Stipe was walking? He gonna come out and get fucking monkey dunked and manhandled by John Jones. He better hope something happens to him before they fucking make that fight. John Jones gonna beat the shit out of Stipe Miocic.
Oh, it'll be nasty. All right, we got 4 minutes left. All right. Well, that was the last UFC event of the year. For the rest of the year, I think there's like a Rising event. I want to say there's at least one more, one championship Friday fights, which is on pay-per-view, which why? But still, like still a couple more events. So yeah. So next UFC is January 13th. That is the Magomed Ankalaev Johnny Walker rematch at the UFC Apex. After that, January 20th, a week later, UFC 297, Sean Strickland against Dracus Duplessis. And then February 3rd, back to the Apex, Dolidze versus Imavov, which is a good fight, but it should be at the Apex. And then after that, February 10th, Jacker Manson against Joe Pyfer. And then 298 from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California on my birthday. Volkanovski against Topuria. So a lot of good fights coming up, a lot of good cards coming up in 2024. We should be able to have one more show, whether it's this or Cage Side Live or whatever we're doing, to do like an end of the year thing, like we always like to do. So we're gonna try and get that done before New Year's. So we got about like 2 weeks to figure that out.
We need to do a different fucking take on it, though. I'm so fucking sick and tired of what was your knockout of the year? Oh, mine was Josh Emmett. Nobody gives a fuck what your knockout
How about
of the year was.
We can mix it up. We like knockout of the year and then like most boring piss ass fight of the year.
Oh yeah, we need to come up with some creative. And if anybody else is watching us on Twitter, tweet us, throw out some interesting creative categories that might be interesting. I feel like everybody's got submission of the year, knockout of the year, and then we all pick from the same 4 fights, and then we all really think the same fucking, or you're one of those fucking cute dicks that's like, I'm gonna pick a Ryzen fight from the undercard and show how much of an MMA fan I
am. Jesus Christ. All right. Shout out to everyone that watched tonight. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Kairos, Roberto from Fightbook MMA. Make sure you hit up those guys. Santiago, Raider, Nick Devon, God, everyone tunes in. We love the hell out of you guys. Shout out to the entire KSI Press crew. And my kid just got home. Appreciate you guys. Saludos, Santiago. Hey, shout out to you, Nick. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Love you guys. Hit us up on everything. Follow us on all socials at Elo32 for myself, at GemCityJesus for Fred, at KSI Press for everything. It's been a hell of a year. We'll be back for one more in 2023, end of the year show. And then, we'll kick some ass in 24, all right? For myself, it's Fred Kirby, the entire crew and team. We love you guys. Good night. Good night, Wilshire.